Hey folks, Mavs Dad here with another watch review. I've actually really been looking forward to doing this one. This is the Marathon 300 meter automatic divers. And before I forget, I want to thank Mark over at Long Island Watch for sending me this review unit. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. As you can see, this is Marathon's super sexy packaging. Because Marathon normally deals directly with local, state, and federal government agencies, the packaging doesn't need to be really elaborate. So there you go. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. There's the box. Here's the watch. And the watch normally comes attached to this little foam insert. And inside here's a little mini brochure about this model. There are two models. There is this one, which is a 41 millimeter, and there's also a 46 millimeter, which they call the JDD, because it has an added day function. So it would stand for Jumbo Day Date. And it's just a physically overall a bigger watch with the added day function. So there you go. Let's put this back. And then we'll take a look at the watch itself. All right, now what I'm gonna do on the upper left-hand corner of the screen there, I'm gonna put all the measurements for this Marathon. You're looking at a 41 millimeter case. The lugs are 20 millimeters. Then you have a thickness of 14 millimeters and a lug-to-lug length of 48 millimeters. And then to the crown, the case is 43 millimeters. So there you go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other specs of the watch. Let's start with the band. This is a vulcanized rubber band, and it might be the softest rubber I have ever felt in a watch bracelet ever. I mean, it feels really good. Normally I'd give you all a little wrist shot, but unfortunately this one's actually just too small. The band is too small to fit around my wrist because I'm a big guy, so I'd love to give you that wrist shot, but it's just a little bit too small. It does have a nice signed Marathon clasp right there. And then on the other side, again, just this really nice soft vulcanized rubber. So there you go. Now the case is 316 stainless steel. It also has a sapphire crystal, which at $1,000 I would definitely expect on a watch like this. These are actually made in Switzerland, which is really nice. And my only gripe about the case, there are some sharp edges right here along the case. I mean, they're not like razor sharp, but they're kind of sharp enough to notice. I would hope that Marathon would maybe one day kind of bevel these and kind of soften these edges around the case. But besides that, I mean, the case, I mean, this thing just oozes quality. I mean, it's made in Switzerland, so you can really feel the quality and the heft of the watch. So getting back to the case, it also has a really nice knurled crown, really long, elongated crown too. This crown has the nicest feel to it I've ever felt in a crown. Super grippy, super smooth action. It's also windable and hackable. It has an ETA 2824-2 movement. And for those of you who don't know, ETA is actually owned by Swatch. So this thing is kind of Swiss made all over the place. Really nice. Has a 120 click bezel. Really nice click action on the bezel. Nice and firm, not a lot of give. Really nice click action. There is a luminous pip at 12 o'clock, which contains Marathon's version of Super Luminova, which is called Marabright. It is pretty bright. I'm really impressed with that. Now, the really cool feature I like on this watch is that it contains tritium tubes at all of the markings and on the second, minute, and hour hands. Now, for those of you who don't know, tritium is basically a very slightly radioactive gas. So this watch will glow in the dark without any charge from any external light source. And also it doesn't need batteries. It's not like you push a button like on a Casio and the dial lights up. These are little mini tubes that have tritium gas inside of them. And tritium has a half-life of about 20 to 22 years. So this watch at night will glow, and it's not a super bright glow, but it glows brightly enough to definitely see the hour markers and the hands. It'll glow by itself without any sort of charge or anything for probably about 10 plus years, 10 to 12 years. I wish I could give you a shot of that, but you can really only see it when it's really dark. And I could cut off my studio light here and all the lights in my house, but you probably still wouldn't be able to see it. It needs to be pretty dark for you to see it. And the reason why it doesn't glow super bright, one, because the tubes are very small, and two, because of the tactical purpose of this watch, because this watch is sold to different government agencies like, like the Marine Corps and some others. You don't want it to be super bright because it serves a tactical purpose. But anyway, it's plenty bright enough to see, and it's really, really impressive when you actually do see it. Really cool. All these markings are green, and then there's an orange marker at the 12 o'clock. So it's really, really cool. What else here? Bezel, very nice. Just an aluminum insert on the bezel with printed markers. The bezel itself also, like I said, has really nice grip to it. The case is really unadorned other than the case back, which is a screw down case back. And you probably, I don't know if you can see that or not, but those are all the specifications of the watch. I mean, it's going to say Swiss made. It'll say the grade of stainless, which is 316. It shows that it's an automatic, and all the other kind of internal specifications from whoever ordered this watch are kind of printed or engraved on the case back here. What else? Of course, it's 300. It's waterproof to 300 meters. And if you look on the dial here, you'll see it's automatic 300 meters. You'll see the tritium markings, which is that, I don't know if you can see that or not. It says H3, and then you have kind of like what they call that hazard sign. You can't really see it because it's under the hour hand, but the dial itself is very, very legible. Again, the watch is just overall too small for me personally, but for some smaller guys, it might be perfect. But I just prefer a bigger style watch. I'm not into like the really big, gaudy big watches, but a 46 millimeter would probably fit me perfectly. Also because it would just mean that the dial is bigger. I mean, I'd want the numbers to be bigger, the indices to be bigger. And also on that JDD, the bigger model version of this, the hands are bigger, the tritium is bigger, everything is bigger. So if I was ever to get one of these, that's probably the model I would get. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put links to this version and the bigger version down the description field. Go to Long Island Watch and check them out. And also put a link to the Marathon's site in the description field. So check them out there. Trying to think of anything else I forgot. The crown does have a crown guard right there. Really nice. And that's about it, folks. I mean, it's a really nice watch. Unfortunately, like I said, it's just a little bit too small for me personally. But the watch itself just oozes quality, man, and you can just really feel it. It also, I forgot, it is windable and hackable. For those that don't know, basically windable means you can also wind it in addition to it to being an automatic movement where it winds itself by the movement of your wrist. And it is hackable. So when you pull out the crown, the second hand stops so you can have exact timekeeping and time setting on this watch. Nice sapphire crystal too. It does have a UV coating, so it's very glare resistant, very legible. And on the inside of the dial here, you can see the 24-hour markings for your military time. So, and of course the Swiss made at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there you go. Really nice watch, extremely well made. This is actually made in Switzerland for Marathon. So really nice watch. I'm really impressed. I think I'll just get the bigger version. So there you go. So if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you do. I love new subscribers. I'll put a little reminder in the lower right-hand corner of the screen for that. And make sure you go check this out at Long Island Watch. Mark has really good prices, really great guy, and you'll get it shipped out really fast to you. So take a look at that. If y'all have any questions or comments, please make sure you put those in the comment section. I try to answer all the questions that I can as fast as I can. Again, this has been the Marathon 300 meter automatic divers. Great watch. And I wish I could convey to you how nice it feels in the hand and the quality and craftsmanship they put into this thing. So there you go. Until the next review, this is it. Everybody have a good one. Bye-bye.